Today we're taking a look at Ethereum's ETH coin, performing some technical analysis and making some predictions on where we can expect to see Ethereum go in the near future. Let's get into it. Welcome back into Ethereum's ETH coin chart, guys. If you'd like to buy ETH or want some free Bitcoin, there are a couple of links down in the description of today's video. And the last time we were checking in with Ethereum was over here on the 25th of March, and we just managed to break through this very critical point of resistance at 3080. We are now moving upwards and sitting smack bang on as we speak at $3,500 US. So for us, really, this is a major milestone. We are now starting to see some really good movement in the coin, and it is consistently moving in this upwards direction. As you can see as well, we've also had the 20-day moving average cross above the 50-day moving average, indicating to us that the overall trend has now changed, at least in the short to medium term, from a downtrend back into an uptrend. And it is a very convincing cross, as you can see, clearly still going up. Another interesting factor is the 200-day moving average. That is currently sitting at $3,489. We are now sitting above it, but it looks like, based on today's candle, we're having to test it once again. We broke through on a couple of different occasions over the past few days, but weren't able to seal the deal. Today we've managed to seal the deal, but it looks like a test is back in action. This right now is acting as, I suppose, our critical support point. So that 3,489 mark. And if you recall from my last video, our target was all the way up here, right smack bang here at about $3,600 and I'd say $34, or around about, yeah, $3,634. That's the target. This is the next key resistance point. If we zoom out, you can see all the price action that has occurred there in the past. Very significant, of course, for us. So that, of course, remains the target for us. Based on our current trajectory, it looks like we'll get there, I'd suggest, probably relatively soon. As you can see here, this is likely the channel we are sort of trading in at the moment. We've got the bottom end there, and of course, we've got our top end here as well. This is our nice trading channel, and interestingly enough, we are being driven upwards, but it's not by great volumes either. So I think at this point in time, it is appearing that the overall run is only just starting to begin. And as we do, I suppose, start to see a bit of resistance hit, the volume significantly drops off. So wait till you see volumes like we were seeing back over here in the green. We should likely see some very large upwards movements. I do really believe that this major point here that we're seeing at $3,634, that should be a relatively big catalyst for ETH to start moving and bring in a lot more volume and a lot more buyers. The confidence is returning, especially when we do manage to get above this 200-day moving average. So of course, ideally what we want to see is a nice close above the 200-day moving average, maintain the channel, and move probably within, I'd say, you'd be seeing it within the next 2 to 3 days, a test of this $3,634 mark. What we have as well is this 20-day moving average moving up quite sharply now. We may see that come up and cross the 200-day moving average, another massive catalyst, another golden cross for us, as we start to see some great movement. Let's check back in now with a few other indicators. RSI will be pretty interesting. As you can see, we've been moving upwards, so you'd expect the RSI would be moving as well. We are now, I suppose, hitting that resistance, or I suppose it's now acting as support of the 200-day moving average, which has brought us, I suppose, down from the overbought section. Now we're currently sitting at 69.48 on the cusp. 70 is the overbought mark. I still think we are going to see upwards movement. Yes, this is showing us at this point in time that we are, I'd suggest, still very overbought from, I suppose, a buy versus sell perspective, but we've not seen ridiculous volumes push us there. All in all, we're still maintaining our key support points, As a result of that, it does not look like we're going to shift direction at this point in time. The real test will come over the next 2 days. As I mentioned, it's going to be very telling. We're either going to start moving, I suppose, breaking downwards, or the trend is really going to continue. If we do manage to get above the 3,634 mark, I believe we should be going upwards very, very quickly. But of course, overbought at this point in time. A bit of sideways consolidation, not bad, but unfortunately that would mean the end of our channel here. Hopefully that doesn't occur, but time will certainly tell. MACD, let's have a look at this one as well. MACD, obviously this nice run we have seen has been kicked off by the 12-day EMA crossing above the 26-day EMA there. We're still running pretty parallel to each other, and interestingly enough, you're not seeing a big peak of the green candles down here like we've seen in the past here, or even on the red where it peaks. It has been flat, and that's what I'm getting at by saying we're not seeing huge amounts of buying volume coming in, but we are seeing a sustained increase in the value of ETH. So all in all, can you say this has peaked? Possibly. It looks like we have been, in theory, declining from that peak for about a week now, but we are still increasing in value. So really the catalyst for us to move downwards, I don't think will be a break potentially of these over here. It's going to be a cross of that 12-day EMA below the 26-day EMA. I don't see it happening, I suppose, within the next 2 days, but as I mentioned, this is going to be a major price definitive point. Over the next 2 days, we're basically going to understand the direction of the short-term trend. It's either going to continue and start moving, probably I'd say rapidly upwards, or we're going to see likely a point of consolidation, in which case likely it is a possibility we could see a decline back to the 3082 mark, although I doubt that will be the case, with the 20-day moving average moving up quite sharply above it, right now sitting at 3,161. All in all, price target remains the same as the last video. I want to see this 3,634 mark hit and broken. That wraps up today's Ethereum analysis, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below, especially how long do you think until we are going to break that next level of resistance? Let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, if you did enjoy today's analysis as well, make sure you do leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. I'll leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.